Okay, so today we're working on a Vaillant EcoTec Pro, and in this video we're going to be looking at changing over the flow and return pipes, especially if they're the rubber ones. I actually had one the other day, but my friend's one split in the middle of the night. It just banged, and he called me over in the middle of the night to go change it over for him, so that's how I ended up getting these ones. So to get into the boiler, we are going to have to push. Firstly, unscrew this either using a Phillips or a spanner, and then we have two tabs we're just going to push up, and then that will allow the case to come off. So once you drop the front panel down, so you'll most likely have a water pressure sensor down here. On this version of the Vaillant EcoTec Pro, our water pressure sensor is up here. So there's two ways to do this, I found. So if I'm gonna service the boiler, then I will take the front door for the burner, and then I'll take the pipes out this way. If I'm not gonna service the boiler, then I'll just take the expansion vessel copper pipe out and I'll just bring it out this way. So it depends. Maybe I'll probably do both videos for you. I'll attach the one if I'm gonna service the boiler for you at the end. So the one I'm going to do now is just taking out this pipe if you solely just wanted to take out the pipes and you didn't want to service the boiler. So first thing we're going to do obviously is isolate our flow and return. We're going to drain down the boiler. I'm also putting a video up on how to do that soon. That should be up within a couple of days, so I know you can't always see how to do that if it's in the back of the van. So okay, so once you drain down the boiler, you can just charge the expansion vessel to get out any excess water that might be in the boiler. Then once you've done that, we're gonna just take this nut right here, gonna get some grips, and we're just gonna undo that. So this is our return pipe. Okay, so that's undone now. Now if you look behind, you'll see two little pins sticking out. That clip is holding the expansion vessel pipe in, so we're just going to pop that clip out. So I'll just put my fingers to push it out, and then just going to get my fingers behind here and pull it out. That's all. And then we'll just get a spanner and unloosen this top nut here. There'll be a washer in here as well, so just be careful not to lose that. I'll drop it inside the boiler. Okay, so now you should be able to switch it to the side and pull it out. So that's that pipe out. Okay, next we have a clip down here for the flow pipe, so you can just get a little flathead and ping that out. And then we can just get the flow pipe and kick it to the left. When you do this, a little bit of water might come, so just be prepared. So okay, so as you can see, that's that one out now. And if you look, you can actually see it's one of the burst one that I took out from my friend's house. Okay, so we have our NTC connections. So what we're gonna do, there's two possible ones you might have on. One might be the clasp, where you might have to squeeze it, twist it a little bit, and it should pop open. These ones are just kind of like draw ones, so they'll just slide off. See, and we have the same for the return. Okay, so they're both up. Okay, so now we have a clip right there that goes into the heat exchanger on the flow pipe, so we're just gonna pop that off like so, and then we should just be able to wiggle and pull out the flow. Okay, so that is the flow pipe out. A lot of times these do just leak from here, but this one actually bursts. I have no reason why, but let's put that down on the floor. So that's the flow out. So to take the return out now, we've already undone this nut here. We just have a clip right back there, so we're just gonna pop that one off. So just gonna wiggle it down, and then now we're just gonna maneuver it out from this way, like so. But if you didn't want to do that and you was going to service the boiler, then you can just take the front door off and do it through that way instead of taking that out. I'll show you that after this video ends. So if you want, just maybe skip towards the end of the video, then you'll see that. If not, then we will do it this way. So this is the new pipe that you'll most likely get. So if I try to compare these, they are slightly different. So what you'll need is a little adapter like this. So what will happen is it will push on like so, and then this part will push into your heat exchanger. So on the newer versions, the water pressure sensor is up here, so the one you'll get will need a little cap like this just to cap off the water pressure sensor, as your water pressure sensor will probably be down there. So because this is the newer version of the Vaillant EcoTec, I'm actually going to just pop in the one with the water pressure sensor. So let's pop that on like so, and then we're just gonna hook it round and push it up. So when you're hooking it round, just make sure you're coming in front of the condense tube right here. Also, to make it easier, what I do is I put it in line with the pipe, but as you're going through, you're probably gonna need to twist and maneuver it anyway. So you can hook it round like so. So first thing we'll do is just make sure our washer is on and okay. So let's get that and just put that in there, and then what I'll do is I'll just give it a few twists just to know that's in place when I'm putting in the top connection. Thread. Alright, let's just try push it in all the way. Okay, there we go, that's in. And then if you want, you can just pop some grease on that top connection before you put it into the heat exchanger, just to make your life a little bit easier. Okay, so then we're just gonna literally just push it up inside, and you're gonna want it to go pretty much flush with the heat exchanger. And then we're gonna get our clip, and I'm just gonna put that on through here. Okay, so that is both clips on our water pressure sensor. Like I said, you'll have a cap if it is the older version, and then you will have your other clip right there, your clip in here. So then I will need to just because my boiler is a newer one, I'll need to pop in my connection for the water pressure sensor. So then you can just push that to the side. Okay, the reason you're going to want to push it to the side is because we still need to put our flow in. So now what we're going to, okay, as per usual, camera died, but we're putting on this flow now. So usually what I like to do is get it to about straight, so the part that's sticking out, and this bottom part is facing you, and then you're just going to want to twist it maybe 45 degrees, and that's usually around the angle that it will go in, I found. So to make my life easier, I always just take this off to give me some more room when I'm doing the floor, just because it can be a little bit fiddly with the fact that it twists and turns. So put that there, put that there, pop that out. Okay, so can't remember if I've said we greased it or not, but yeah, grease it before you put it in. So it's about 45 degrees ish. So I'm just gonna move it in. So we're gonna put the top side in first, and then work our way up. Okay, so then we're just gonna push that up. We're gonna get our clip, and we're gonna pop our clip in like so, and then we're just gonna get the bottom side, push in, pop the clip in, and then we're done with the floor pipe. So just push it in like so, pop the clip in, and that is the floor pipe done. So like I said, get about straight, kick it to about 45 degrees, put the front side in first, top side sorry, put the clip in, then that way if you need to adjust the height of it or twist it, that's still insecure and you can make adjustments that you need to. So I think that is pretty much it. Also, you just put your screw back in here. Yeah, that is how you would change the flow and return pipe on the Vaillant EcoTec Pro. If you're finding that you can't really get the clips in here, you find that it's not being pushed in properly, so maybe you need to adjust the height or the angle, but it can be a little bit fiddly, so you might have to play around with it. But yeah, so the next part of this video will probably just me taking out this and showing you how to do it with taking this out. Thing is, don't forget your expansion vessel tube where you fill it up, because that wouldn't be nice at all. So you can just grease that up. I'm just gonna pop it in to its little position down there, and then I found it's best to just keep that all the way to that side. Then we're gonna get a little clip, and I usually just hold it like that and just play with it to get it in. Oh, I dropped it. That can happen, but if you just make sure you have the little magnetic bit, then you should be able to get it out. So sometimes things like that can happen, but if you're prepared, it's not too bad. Okay, so try that again. The clip can be a little bit fiddly. Let's get it this time. There we go. So it pops in, but it's a little bit fiddly. So put that in. Then obviously you'd make sure your washer is still okay and in position, and then just screw that back on. Okay, that is that. Then to pop our anti-C connections on. Like so. The red's going to go on the flow, blue's going to go on the return, and that is it. So I said I'll show you the second way if you didn't want to take out the expansion vessel pipe and fiddle the clip, or you're just going to service the boiler anyway. So you just get a screwdriver and you would take out this screw, pop that down, hook that left, take that off, and then you'd have 4 screws holding the burner door to the heat exchanger. So we'll just pop off our electrode here, take off our earthing, and then we can undo our gas pipe here. But obviously if you're going to do this way, make sure that obviously isolate the gas, you're making sure you're working safe with gas, or doing a tightness test or testing of a sniffer or LDF. Alright, so that's that. Let's not use the washer, put that there, and then we're just going to pop off these 4 screws at the top. What size is it going to be? I think 11 is just too big. It's 10, so it's 10 mil. Okay. Okay, and there should be one more there, I just don't have it. So I'm just going to pop these off. Take off our connections for the fan, gas valve, and then this should come off now, like so. We'll just pop that there for now. Okay, so you should be able to do the flow pipe anyway without taking off the burner door. This method is just if you want to take out that back pipe. So obviously you'd get your grips, you'd unloosen this nut, pull it out like that, and then we would just get our top clip, just take off our connection for the water pressure sensor, wiggle it down like so. Maneuver it up. Like so. So that'd be the other way if you don't want to play that pipe or you're going to service that. So point it back in, same thing, just going to hook it around. In there, bring that round. Maybe this thread's not good. It's cashing properly. Okay, that's fine. With plastic thread you always want to be careful, it's really easy to damage it. Okay, so then we're just gonna pop that in up there, like so, get our clip. Push it on, and that would be the second way to take the pipe out. And if you want to service the boiler you could. This one looks like it really does need a clean. Alright, so we can pop our door back on, put it behind the cables. let's do our electrical connections while we're here. This is for the water pressure sensor. Let's get that untangled. Okay, and then we'll pop on our 4 screws. So put on our bracket with 1 screw. Okay, and tighten them up. And I'll see you do your 4th one as well. So where is our connection for the gas valve? It is right here. We'll just pop that on like so. We can do our connection for the gas pipe. That is that. We can pop our connections back on for up here. Pop on our earthing. Okay, I probably wouldn't need an electrical screwdriver to do that, but that's what I had to hand. But yeah, so out of the 2, usually I would do it taking off the expansion vessel pipe, because it is just a lot easier, less involved than isolating the gas, doing a tightness test, taking our door off. So yeah, that is changing the flow and return pipes on the Vaillant EcoTec Pro.